Lessons 101 this morning. I am at Fairfield Elementary School in Maumee, and I'm joined now by Amy Johnson. Amy, we are talking about behavior this morning. During the pandemic, did you notice that maybe kids, as they left the classroom, came back to the classroom, some of those skills needed some brushing up?
Absolutely. We noticed that right away. I know it's different when you're at home and you're trying to learn online. You have different expectations. And so when the kids came back to school, we had to sort of really reteach some of those behaviors. So we've been using a program this year called the PACS Good Behavior Game, and it's really helped with behavior, and we use it school-wide.
So all grade levels here in the elementary school. And PACS, what exactly does that mean? How does the program work?
The word PACS actually means peace and productivity, health, and happiness. And so the program creates a nurturing environment for kids, and it's based on the 4 components of a nurturing environment, which are to increase a student and an adult's psychological wellness and flexibility. So creating that safe environment so that they feel like they can trust, and then you get better results or better behavior. Creates pro-social behaviors, and which are obviously essential to learning in the classroom. They need to cooperate with the teacher to learn, and then to reduce those toxic influences like trauma or bullying and things like that, and then also to limit those problematic behaviors. So it's composed of different, what they call kernels, which are basically learning components that the teachers teach. So there's strategies that they use in the classroom, and the teachers teach each kernel so that the kids are aware, and it's the same language through the whole building. So it's a lot of fun. The kids really like it, and they really get into it. There's a lot of silly things to some of the components, like there's a not okay, okay. The not okay things are called spleens, which is a made-up word, and it means you need to check your behavior. What are you doing? Are you following our PACS leader vision?
And when they get it, and they get excited, and then they get prizes too, they get rewarded for that good behavior. Yes. And it's so great to see the kids working with the teachers and all coming together, to just have this really great positive environment in the classroom.
Absolutely. And the kids, they play, part of what PACS is also, there's about, depending on the age level, there's a time where they actually play what they call the good behavior game. So the teacher is able to reflect on what the vision is for the classroom. What do we want to see more of? What do we want to do more of during this learning time? And the teacher actually tallies the spleens that they see, not calling out the students, but if they have less than 5 spleens during that time, they get what they call a Granny's Wacky Prize. And so they do these really silly things, but it teaches that self-control behavior too, because they only do it for about 30 seconds, and they stop and start on time, and they have a lot of fun with it. So
they get their time to get their wiggles and giggles out, and then they can focus back in the classroom. Is there something that parents can be doing at home to continue this, keep that going?
Absolutely. We actually sent home to all parents in our newsletter different strategies that we use here at school, and all of those components are something that parents can use at home. They can talk about vision for their family. What do we want to see more of at home? What do we want to see less of at home? Fighting with brother or sister, or we want to see more kind words to each other. So that parents, there's a little parent pamphlet that they can discuss these things with their kids at home too.
Yeah, less fighting with your brother or your sister. Yeah, and then maybe we get rewarded for good behavior, So it's great to see that continuing outside of the classroom, happening in the classroom, then when we go home. And as you mentioned, if the kids don't have good behavior in the classroom, they're learning. It's just not going to happen.
Exactly. They know that if they make that mistake, there's always room for correction, but then they know they also didn't earn that reward, and they can fix their behavior for next time.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much for inviting me here to the school, see the kids and see this in action in the classroom, and thanks for everything that you're doing with the kids. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, your day will be coming right up after this quick break. Stay with us.